Hi fellow crafters, are you ready for another fun fold idea? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to create the Circle Easel fun fold card. It's super easy and my idea has a few fun elements inside. I'm going to be using my Enjoy the Moment stamp set, my layering circle and playful alphabet dies, and the absolutely gorgeous Blackberry Beauty Designer Series paper. Be sure to watch all the way through my video for my bonus design tips and ideas, and to see a second card idea for a different occasion. If you would like to have free crafting ideas sent to you directly each week, be sure to subscribe to my free newsletters. I'll leave the link in the description box below. Are you ready to get started? Hey everyone, I'm Terri from nutsaboutsstamping.com. I love sharing project ideas and techniques for rubber stamping, scrapbooking, and paper crafting with you each week. Be sure to hit that red subscribe button and the bell beside it so that you'll be the first to be notified when my next video goes live. Now, let's get crafting. I'm going to start off by using my layering circles dies to create some elements for the inside of my card and for the outside of my card. And I'm going to do that using the Blackberry Beauty Designer Series paper. I love this paper because of its traditional autumn images of birds and leaves and sprigs, but I also really like the non-traditional color palette, especially with the added shine of the gold foil accents. So I'm going to move this die and this die out of the way for a minute. And I'm going to take this plain circle die and I'm going to run each of these pieces through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and die cut them out. So I'll do one and then I will come back and do a second one, but I'll stop the video so that you don't have to watch me rolling back and forth because I'm actually going to use my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine several times on this project. Okay, there's my two circles. I'm going to set them aside. The next thing I want to do is bring in this smaller scalloped circle, and I have a scrap piece of Very Vanilla, and I'm going to die cut a scallop circle from this layer. And this is going to be a layer for the inside of my card. Okay, so I've got that one ready to go, and I'm going to set that aside. The next thing I want to do is take a scrap piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock, and I've got the largest scallop in the pack, and I'm going to die cut that out, and I'm going to use it as a layer on my card. The next step is to use my playful alphabet dies to help me create the birthday theme that I want for my card. I love this pack because you can create custom die cut letters and numbers from the dies in it. And the best part is that there's duplicates. There's duplicates for the A, the T, the I, the L, the N, the O, the P, the R, and the S. So those are the letters that are often duplicated in words so that you don't have to roll through over and over and over again. I've also used this pack for not only handmade birthday cards, but also for scrapbook pages and other paper crafts. So what I've done is I've selected from the pack the H and the B, and I'm going to die cut it out of a scrap piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. So that's my next step. And then I'll show you how to use your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and the layering circle dies to actually create the easel card. I have selected the largest scallop circle in the Layering Circles dies pack. And this is what I'm going to use to create my Circle Easel Fun Fold card. And I'm going to do that out of a piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. So I have got this cut and ready to go, but before I run it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I actually want to turn it over and I want to fold it in half and score it like so. And I'm going to use this score line as my guide to create the easel card. So I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine one last time. I'm going to lay my Blackberry Bliss cardstock down so that the fold is going to be run first through the machine. Then I'm going to take my scallop circle and I'm going to lay it down so that a little bit of the scallop part is above the score of my cardstock. So you just want a little bit, like so. And then you're going to lay your top cutting pad on. Okay. And then you want to run it through and back because you have a double layer. So you want this die to cut through both layers of the cardstock. So I'm just going to run it back and forth a couple of times, and then I'll show you how to create the easel effect. Let's have a look. Perfect. All right, let me clean this up. And here we go. I can open it up, and I've created this really cute, fun fold scallop circle. Now, to create the easel part, you're going to take your bone folder, open up your easel card, and then take just one side, line it up, and then using your bone folder, crease it. So now you have the fun fold card that can open and eventually will become an easel. Now that I have most of the pieces ready for my Circle Easel card, it's time to put everything together. So starting with this largest scallop that's a singular scallop, not the one that we use to create the circle card, I'm going to use my multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'm going to add some glue on the back of this designer series paper and attach it to the scallop like so. I'm going to set that aside to dry. I'm going to open up my circle card and I'm going to attach this second piece of Blackberry Beauty designer series paper, and I'm going to adhere that inside of my circle card. Then I'm going to take this piece, the standalone scallop, and I'm going to adhere it only to the top section of my circle card. So what you want to do is add your adhesive only to the half of the scallop circle. Okay, I'll show you. This will become clear in a second. And then I want to line up the scallops so that they are a perfect match and will add a lovely decorative detail to the front of the circle card. Now the next thing I'm going to do is close this up, and I want to bring in my H for happy and my B for birthday. I'm going to take some glue, add some glue to each of the letters, and I'm going to put the H and the B. So you want to keep an eye on how it's going to look when it's opened. And I'll put the B down below, or sorry, to the right, like this, again, down towards the bottom. So you can see it says H for happy and B for birthday. Okay, now let's create a phrase for the inside, and that's actually going to help the easel part stay open. So I have a scrap piece of very vanilla cardstock, and from the Enjoy the Moment stamp set, I have the happy birthday phrase. I've got it mounted already to a clear block, and I want to ink it up and stamp it down using Blackberry Bliss ink. Okay, there we go. And then I want to layer this to a piece of cinnamon cider. So I'll just turn this over, layer this down like so. My fingers have a little bit of glue on them. Okay, now I don't want to use multi-purpose liquid glue to adhere this down. I actually need to pop it up so it'll help the easel card stay open when the person that receives it, maybe they want to put it on their mantle or put it on their desk and so on. So to do that, I'm going to use some leftover Stampin' Dimensionals. I have a sheet of that. So what I want to do is cut a length and put it on the back. And then I want to add this inside my card, like so, so that it'll help the easel stay up and stay open. I hope you can see that on the video. So the Stampin' Dimensionals gives it the lift that it needs in order to support and help the top part of the easel fun fold card stay open. Now, almost done, but I'd like to add a couple of additional elements to the front of my easel card just to finish it off. So I have my daisy circle punch, and in this particular designer series paper, there are these daisies in the design. So I thought it would be fun to make some daisies. So I'm going to bring in my daisy punch, and I have an old retired circle punch. You might have a die. You can not really put a center on yours if you don't want to, but I really like having a center for my daisy. And I chose the colors from the designer series paper. So I have early espresso and cinnamon cider. And what I want to do then is I want to attach this daisy to the front of my card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a couple more. I'm going to stop the video, create a couple more daisies, and then we'll put them on the circle card, add a couple of embellishments, and then we'll be done. I'll be back when these are dry. All right, I'm back, and I decided instead of making 3 daisies, I may have alluded to that earlier, I think I'm only gonna make 2 because I really want there to be only 3 elements on the front of my Circle Easel card. The 2 daisies and the happy birthday, that makes 3 elements. So I am going to use my mini Stampin' Dimensionals and put one on the back of each daisy. And then I'm going to add them to the front of my circle card. Okay, I'm going to put one daisy there. So cute. And another daisy down here like so. All right, now I also have these gems, and I really like the fact that they sparkle. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of bling to my circle card by adding each one, like one of these gems to each of the daisies like so. Perfect. Now, are you wondering what we're going to do with this? Remember earlier I die cut this very vanilla smaller scallop? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use it for the inside of the card in case you want to write a message, because right now there's really no space for you to write a message. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring in my paper cutter. I'm going to gently fold this over and just sort of crease the top of it so I know the halfway point. I'm going to bring in my paper cutter, and I'm going to do the best I can to cut this in half. If it's not perfect, don't worry about it. Nobody will know. And then what I'm going to do is add some multi-purpose liquid glue to each of the scallops. And I'm going to open up my Circle Easel card, and I'm going to put, whoops, 1/2 up here, like so, and the other half will be down below the fold line or the score line, so that it will still fold in half and sit up perfectly. And then when the person gets it, opens it up, they'll see your handwritten message inside. And there we go. We've got a really super cute happy birthday Circle Easel Fun Fold card. Now remember, at the beginning of the video, I said I was going to show you a second idea, and here it is. I made a Christmas themed Circle Easel Fun Fold card. I used my poinsettia dies, and I used the delightful Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper. So I put a hello on the outside, and then on the inside, I put Happy Holidays. And again, I have a space for me to write my message, and the Happy Holidays keeps the card open so that it is a circle card fun fold technique. If you would like a listing of the supplies that I used and the measurements for all of the layers for this particular fun fold card, head on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutsstamping.com. And remember, join my free mailing list to get insider tips and ideas to take your card making to the next level. Remember to click the link to my mailing list in the description box under this video. I'm Terry. I'm nuts about stamping. I hope you'll try this fun fold technique someday soon. Bye for now.